Raphael is cool but crude. Michelangelo is a party dude. Hey, what's up, peeps? Glad to see you back. Welcome to another episode of Direct Edition. I'd like to welcome my brothers and sisters here to my channel. You guys, get comfortable. And, we're going to look at some stuff, okay? But first, let's look at something very cool. All right, I just wanted you guys to look at my new addition to my Funko Pop collection. I don't really have a huge Funko Pop collection. I think I own like maybe 32 or so, but that number is not high, being the fact that some of these Funko Pop collectors are like in their hundreds and stuff, chase variants, all kind of crazy stuff. But this one kept getting past me. Big Dave 2099. That's a dude who I'm real cool with. He has a YouTube channel too. He always says, "Hey, Fred, you picked up the Alien Queen yet? Did you pick it up yet? Did you pick it up yet? Did you pick it up yet?" And I'm like, "No, dude, I can't afford it, or I'm not really thinking about it right now." So, Big Dave 2099, this is for you. I finally have her, and she is freaking beautiful, man. Oh my God. The funny thing was when I got ready to purchase her, I pulled up my pants and went in the store, and I was like, "Hey, where's that Alien Queen at?" And they were like, "Oh, we got some more. She's somewhere around here." "Oh, sorry, sir, we don't have any more." Boy, I was so mad. I was like, shizzle bizzle. And so I went to this little mall over here by me in Georgia. It's called Arbor Place Mall. Went in this store. It's like an obscure bookstore that has, a pretty good Funko Pop collection. And there she was. Not only did they have one, but they had two. But I say I'm going to focus on one right now. If you allow my sexy hands that are ashy, oh my God, cocoa butter is needed. But anyway, if you allow my sexy fingers and hands to interrupt your video, I'm just going to live turn her right now. Wow, she's big, man. She's one of the 6-inch ones. So I'm very happy to have her in my collection. Look at that graphics in the background. Just look at that. That's beautiful. Man. And there she is with Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott. I meant Ripley. I'm sorry. One of my favorite parts in any Alien movie, and everybody knows this part like the back of your hands, is when she comes in with that machine and she tells the queen, she says, "Get away from her, you bitch." So that was pretty cool. Look at the top. Not nothing more really to look at. Okay, let's get into some comics. Okay, now before we get into some comics, if you're looking for a more in-depth look at these turtles, which is from the second movie, they're called the Classic Collection from The Secret of the Ooze. I actually did a review back in the day, a couple months ago on my channel. So if you look a couple videos down, you can find that video, and I go more in depth. I go a little more in depth on the turtles. So, all right, let's get some comics open. Okay, this is Wolverine number 17. I meant to show you this on my last video. Don't know why I didn't show it. Maybe it was stuck in the bottom of a pile. But this one I picked up from Days for $2. Man, my God, look at that red cover. Wow, this is such a beautiful, beautiful cover, man. So in love with this book. I might end up marrying it. But anyway, yeah, just pretty cool cover. Love it. What Wolverine is this? This is number 17? Yep, number 17 from 1989. Every time I hear 1989, I always think about the Public Enemy song from Do the Right Thing. 1989, another summer. And look at this beauty here. Justice League number 2, Rebirth. Just look at Wonder Woman. Wow. I'm in love. Yeah, I love this cover. It's pretty sick and nice. So we all have those moments where we think we have like a key issue and we start like laughing and stuff, and we're like, well, wah, wah, wah. This Cable number 5, I thought was a book where Sinister actually tells Cable what his purpose was in life. And Cable's purpose basically is to battle Apocalypse. He's the only mutant that can really uh, kill Apocalypse without help. But anyway, that wasn't this issue. This issue was with that guy in the background. He's more like if you ever seen a horror movie, Phantasm, that's what that guy in the background is like. He throws these little like disc balls, and it's just, I don't know. Why would you throw your balls? You only have two of them. But anyway, yeah, I whacked out and got this one. So it's Cable number 5. Still happy to have it in my collection. Okay, the next book I picked up is Daredevil number 300. This is from 1991. I already have a copy of this in my personal collection, but I needed a better copy in my collection, so I picked this one up. This is basically the last rites. When I saw the Daredevil series on Netflix, the end of season 1, when the Kingpin was in that alley and he told Daredevil, hey, let's fight. You took everything from me. You know, I automatically thought about this book. And the funny thing about the guy who plays the Kingpin in the Daredevil Netflix is every character he plays is sick like that. Like he had one movie where it was Jennifer Lopez. It's called The Cell, where she went inside his mind, and you know, saying it was like some kind of weird mind and all this other kind of stuff. It's kind of like Silence of the Lambs if Clarice can ride around in Buffalo Bill's mind. So pretty cool. Love the casting of the Netflix series, and yeah, I love this giant 300 size special. Had to get it again. So being the fact that a couple of Power Pack comics actually fell in my lap a while ago, I picked up Power Pack number 2. This is a newsstand. If you allow my sexy hands to interrupt your video. This is from, you probably won't be able to see it, but I can see it. It's from 1984. Wow, this comic book is almost as old as me. Wow. So yeah, pretty nice comic to have. So if you know me, you know I'm a huge New Avengers fan. New Avengers actually introduced me to Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl was actually Jessica and Power Man's babysitter. And the funny thing about Squirrel Girl is her and Wolverine had relations one time, which is very nasty because I think she's like, no, she's not super young. It's just still weird. But yeah, the Squirrel and the Wolverine actually did it. Anyway, this is the New Avengers Annual number 1. This is the wedding of Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. I'm sorry. Jessica Drew is actually Spider-Woman, who's on the same team, which is, it gets confusing, all these Jessicas. But yeah, pretty cool cover. Now, this is New Avengers number 50, one of my favorite artists, Billy Tan. The reason why it's not bag and boarded is because it's actually a flip cover, and I'm darn sure I'm going to flip the cover for you guys. So this is the regular New Avengers versus Norman Osborn's Dark Avengers. The Dark Avengers are Bullseye, who is Hawkeye, Daken, who is Wolverine. You have Iron Patriot, who's Norman Osborn. You have Ares, the god of war. You have Spider-Man, or the black costume Spider-Man, who's actually Scorpion. Is that Marvel in the background? I think that's Marvel, who's a kid version of Captain Marvel. And you have Moonstone, who's actually playing as Captain Marvel. So you almost have like 2 Captain Marvels on that team of the Dark Avengers. My suggestion, if you get a chance to read any of the Dark Avengers books, read them. They're very cool. It doesn't last that long because Norman Osborn got outed as being insane. But that run was pretty cool. I love Dark Reign or Dark Avengers. So if you've been watching my videos, you know I'm on a New Mutant run where it's a couple of titles I said I'm going to gobble up if I see them. One being New Mutants. This is New Mutants number 4, 1983. Yeah, I had to pick this up. This is a newsstand copy. Pretty cool cover. I think Cannonball is holding Rain Sinclair. And yeah, so pretty cool. So this is number 4. I didn't stop there with my New Mutants. I picked up number 4. Number 10, 1983. I'm trying to do at least 1 through 10. And definitely some key issues because Psylocke was introduced to American comic books in New Mutants. She was first introduced in Marvel UK and Captain Britain, but when she actually came over to the States in our comic books, she appeared in New Mutants. So I'm definitely looking for that. I think it's a like New Mutant annual. So yeah, this is number 10 from 1983. Wow, I was really a baby then. And lastly, number 23 from 1984. Very cool. And that's a cloak that you see on the cover. And dagger on the other side. So this is Avengers Annual number 17, 1988. Giant supersize annual. And the guy on the bottom, his name is the High-End Evolutionary. And this is a part of the Evolutionary War. You see the Grey Hulk. You know, this is a very cool book. I just picked it up because I have a couple of Evolutionary Wars and I wouldn't mind having the complete run. And this is also a newsstand edition. Okay, let's do some Uncanny X-Men. This is Uncanny X-Men 152, 1981. Wasn't even probably around when this comic book was being drawn. And yeah, it's just a pretty cool cover. Like I say on a lot of you guys' videos, I post a lot on you guys' videos. The older the comic book, the better. And I'm trying to gobble up a lot of these older issues. So yeah, I was happy to finally find this one. If I said 151, I meant 152. I'm sorry. 1981. The next book I was able to pick up is Uncanny X-Men 183, 1984. That's Colossus versus Juggernaut on the front. This is a newsstand. I'm not sure if they were even doing direct editions back in this time, because I know at some time that direct edition became popular. But for a while, most of your older comic books are going to be newsstand. And the next one is Uncanny X-Men 199, 1985. This is with Rachel Summers on the front. This is when she kind of one of her very first appearance, when she was like a hellhound or a mutant hound or something like that, where she actually was used to find mutants in her timeline. So pretty cool cover, iconic cover too. So yeah, if you're a Rachel Summers fan, this is the book to have. This is an iconic cover. Glad to have it in my collection. Beautiful, beautiful copy. The only thing I can say is wrong with it is that it has a rolled spine. And lastly, out of the Uncanny X-Men oldies, Dusty and Crusty, we have Uncanny X-Men 214, 1986. I'm just really digging these old issues, man. Look, it's beautiful, man. Beautiful. And for our modern age Uncanny X-Men, we have Uncanny X-Men 510. This is a Greg Land drawing. This is Sisterhood. A very cool book. If you get a chance, pick up all of these or get the trade paperback. It's well worth it. It's very cool. And girl that you see. And for our modern Uncanny X-Men, we have Uncanny X-Men 510. This is Sisterhood, drawn by Greg Land. Very cool, very cool. I suggest this run for anybody who's trying to look to get into the X-Men or who's an X-Men fan, period. Now, Emma Frost is actually battling, it's hard to say it back to back, but she's battling Madeline Pryor. And as you see, Wolverine's going at it with Lady Deathstrike. Mastermind is back there with Nightcrawler way in the back. And Beast is going up against Shiva. I think that's her name, Shiva. But yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, correction. Beast is actually going up against Spiral. I always call her Shiva because I know it's a god out there. I think it's like an Indian god that has like 6 arms. But yeah, her name is actually Spiral. And if you remember Spiral, Spiral used to be with the villain Mojo from Mojo World. So we get to the point in the video where you ask me what I'm reading right now. And this is what I'm reading right now. This is Batman, The Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul, or Ra's al Ghul. The artist is Andy. There's 2 ways you can pronounce it. It's Kubert or Kubert. I pronounce it Kubert. But yeah, very nice. Love this book. And I never knew that Ra's actually had a brother. Like he goes by the name of like White Ghost or some crap like that. But yeah, man, very good read. And here's a look at the back of the book. Not very much to look at, but this is one of me and Comic Book Window's favorite artists. This is Simon Bianchi's artwork. He drew a nice run on the X-Men, Astonishing X-Men called X-Men Ghost Box. So I trust him as far as his artistry. And rarely will you see Simon Bianchi do a whole run. Like he'll usually do the front covers, kind of like Alex Ross. But when you actually get him to go inside the book and actually do from page to page, you get a little excited, you know what I'm saying? Because him and Alex Ross are those types where they just do cover art. So yeah, pretty cool. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to do like a mini countdown to the main events. I was able to plug up some holes in my Death of Superman run. And this one is definitely a book that you want to get. This is Action Comics, Superman and Action Comics number 662. It's a minor key issue, but this is where Lois Lane finds out who Superman is. Obviously, she couldn't tell that, you know, Superman was Clark Kent because some glasses and a suit and a slouch, you know, would throw her off. But anyway, yeah, this is a pretty cool, iconic cover to have. So we're going to go ahead and count down to the main event, this being one of them. Okay, so this is in the dollar bin everywhere. This is Superman number 78, 1993. The significance of this book to me is on the last panels, you see that Doomsday never died from him and Superman fighting. Or if he did die, he probably did die, I'm sorry. But he was resurrected in this book. And when I say resurrected, I mean basically when you saw Cyborg Superman throw him into space, the last panels you just see Doomsday laughing, which lets you know that Doomsday is still alive. So this is number 2 to the main event. And number 3 to the main event is Superman number 75, the iconic cover of when you see his cape draped on a stick and it looks like a flag. I was very happy when I found all 3 of these, and these are completing my Death of Superman run. Like I told you, lately in the last month, I've just been on this, I have to get all the Death of Superman comic books. For some reason, I just woke up one day and I was like, hey, it'd be cool to do. No, I did not pay $9.95 for this book. I paid 50 cents for it, and this is number 3. So let's get into your 2 main events. Okay, so this is Superman Man of Steel number 19. This is the first full facial appearance on the cover of Doomsday. So it's not his first appearance, but it's damn near close. And when I saw this, I saw it on the comic book wall in Dave's Comics. And I was like, dude, run me a deal, because he had $8 on it. And he said, I'm not going down a damn dollar from $8. So I was like, you know what, Dave, screw you. But he ended up running me a deal anyway. I think he like knocked the dollar off after we finished trading sarcasms and, you know, snapping on each other. And very happy to have this because I have a copy of it. But, you know, the older your comic books get when you're from, you know, when you're a kid, they get crusty and dusty and, excuse the camera, I'm sorry. They get crusty and dusty, and they also get spine ticks on them. So I was happy to get this one back in the collection. So yeah, Superman Man of Steel number 19. That's your first main event. And lastly, for your main event, you have Superman Man of Steel number 18. Look at that cover. Look how Doomsday is actually punching the Superman Man of Steel. My God, this is my first time having this book in my collection. And I'm not sorry to say that. I just never had it in my collection. And Dave ran me a deal. He knocked it down to $20. It goes for way more online. So I was very happy to have this because the copy that he had on the wall had a little bit of spine ticks. And I asked him. He didn't see the one that he had on the wall. He actually went in this box and pulled this one out. And this one is beautiful. When I tell you no spine ticks, nothing wrong with it. I'm not a comic book grader, but I would definitely put this at a 9.9 or a 9.8. No blemishes, nothing. Matter of fact, it's in a Mylar, and I'm not going to touch it. I'm not even going to read it because I have the trade paperback. But yeah, glad to finally have the first appearance of Doomsday. So once again, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. You guys be safe out there. And remember, don't focus on the ones that's not showing you love on your channels. Focus on the ones that's showing you love on your channels. And you guys be successful. I pray that you guys get more subscribers. I pray that you guys do good. And yeah, man, it's all love. I will catch you guys later. Peace.